Hello everyone, welcome to this free session of CodersTrust. I'm Tariq Mohammed with you for the session. This session is about PSD. You may know the term PSD, not the PhD actually. This is the SD. Well, we'll discuss about PSD and also some slicing technique and the most importantly actually how to write markup HTML and CSS based on any provided PSD. Well, before starting, I just want to ensure that you are watching my screen properly. So if you are logged in with your Gmail account, you can just comment here in the session, in the YouTube session. I'll check your comment on regular interval because when I will do coding, I might not see your comment instantly. But don't worry, I will check your comment regularly. So if you have any questions or any problem to see my screen or hear my voice, just comment here and I will try to fix it as soon. Well, before starting, just as well, I make the settings because for every time actually the settings it will not work for the newcomers. So I just want to remind that setting because I think you know that you cannot see my screen properly now because if your settings is not properly set, you can see my screen blurry. So for that reason, you just click on the settings icon on this screen, you can see, and click on the quality option. On the quality option, you can see many options. Just select 360 or even 480 and 720 is the best, but it is higher internet speed. But if your internet speed is not such enough, that in that case actually you can use 360 or 480, but don't use 240 or 144 because this is very low resolution and you cannot see my screen. That means you cannot understand my code and you face problem. So I hope you will set it properly. And I'm going to start our main session uh, introducing the PSD actually. What is PSD? Well, PSD actually Photoshop document. Photoshop I know you mostly known about the term Photoshop is actually used for the design purpose. And for PSD, it is the Photoshop document. But what's the purpose to use the PSD in the website design? Well, I just opened the PSD file. You can see here, and this PSD file it's not just an image. Actually, it's a layered file. You can see there are many layered are grouped by the different section. For example, you can see the top. This is the top section. This is the slider section. This is the service section, and all the sections are separated just with a layer. But in the static image, actually, you cannot see any layer or something else like that separately. So for this reason, actually, we use a PSD. But this I am just showing something. This is the static image, just without any layer. This is the like a JPG image. Just this Photoshop design is just converted to the JPG, but you cannot separate the layer. But in Photoshop, you can see there is some all every elements are separated here. So this is the Photoshop file, and why it is important having Photoshop for web design. Well, we can code design any HTML, any website without any PSD. But the, the problem is that we cannot get any any design idea if we are not the designer or if we are not so much creative to make any website design like so which makes the visitor the wow like that. So for that reason, the designer actually visualize something or is getting inspired by the other site or reference site, and he just want to make his visualization into the
PSD, that means how actually the website will look, and the coder, that means the front end developer, actually will code this design into exactly to the HTML, CSS, and also even Bootstrap to make it responsive, because the latest trend is the responsiveness is important. Without responsiveness, actually even the Google ranking also is now reducing. So it's important having the responsiveness feature. And you can see their design is actually awesome, because the designer put his idea and creativity everything here. And when you are coder, that is a front-end developer, you just don't need to worry about what the design is actually and what color should be used. Nothing, just you will see the PSD and will do code according to the design, so you don't need to be worried about that. So you just give him the instruction how you do, and you will do that. So this is about the PSD. Well, now we'll go for the slicing technique about PSD. But before that, I'm just want to check your comments if you have any comments here. Any comments so far? So I think everything is going fine in your end. So well, now I'll introduce about the PSD and the slicing. So we have to cut all the elements that is that should not be done or cannot be done using CSS. For example, let me just tell me here. Yeah, you can see this is actually logo. That means the branding logo of the website. But you cannot do this logo actually with CSS, because you can see there are some shape. So we'll just cut this logo from the PSD separately, and all those are can be done with the CSS, so we just don't need to have anything here. And the button can also be done with the CSS, and this cannot be done actually CSS, you can see, but we have to cut it also separately, and that is slicing. And in the icon, sorry, in the icon you can see there are three icons, so we have to cut this, and other things can be done with CSS. So you have to find actually what can be done in CSS, and what actually images, solid images, or the graphical that we should slice up separately. So you just need to this images like here. Well, for a tourist station, we will do just the top section here. Well, now I will slice the logo. So before that, we have to ensure that there is no background in the logo, because it will be PNG. That means uh, we cannot use the color as background, because the color should be anything else. Later, the front-end developer want to make it the color or something else. So in that case, if we keep the background color, actually it will not match with the other modified background color. So we have to this background color. And for the top, there is another background, which is that, yeah, you can see. But for that, I just select the logo already, and I am just closing the eyes of the background layer. This is the layer. So now you can see there is no background, now it's transparent, but the logo is already selected. Now I go to the copy mask from the edit, copy mask, and file, new, and you have to select it transparent, because we want a transparent logo without any background. And just paste here. The logo is pasted. I think you cannot probably, but when I will save it, actually it will be shown. So it is the logo. Now I will just save this logo, save for web, that is the web device, and also make it PNG, because for transparent logo it should be PNG format. So PNG should be used, PNG 24, and save. I'm just saving in my images folder in the working directory. I can just keep a name to the file, so logo. So logo is saved. Well, let me check whether it is saved properly. So the image, yeah, the logo is saved properly. Okay, so now I can just close this here. Now I have to cut the this images. So I just need to make the background of this one is the top. I can just open this eye. And I just need this one. So this is slider. So just open here and close the background. And now it is a transparent background. You can see. I'm just selecting this and go for copy immersed file new. Okay, and just paste Ctrl V, or you can paste from here. And say for web devices, and it should be also PNG24 because it should be also transparent. And you can keep it like something PC. Oh, so it also will be saved. And for today, I should not do more because I just show this the slicing. So this about the slicing, how you slice. When you are slicing any element, you have to remember that you are just turning off the background layer and also the background layer of this group, that is this one. Then in that case, actually, you can cut it down very probably. Okay, so now I'll go for some coding. So this image is logo NPC already here, and I'm just open my index.html and also my CSS file also included. And you can see there is a top bar, so I can the name is that like a header. So this header will be like 100% actually. So because we will not with the exact size of the PSD, because the PSD is done for the maximum width. So we will just use the 100%, and the height can be like, we can measure it here. It's like around 110 pixel. Okay, just make the div as header, and to the header there will be another div which will contain the content. For example, this is the content area actually. You can let me out here. So this is the content area. So we can say it will stay in the center of the screen, and you can give a with like 1200 pixel. So we'll do it in the CSS. So the class can be it class header center. Just it is our self-different name, not any fixed class, because we are not using a CodersTrust here. And there will be two parts. One is for logo. So for logo, we'll just create an anchor. And with the anchor, it will be an image tag. So images logo. Okay. And the second part, that means this one actually has a menu. So we will use the ULLI. So ULLI, and within the LI there will be an actual. Just I'm giving a demo link because we are not. This is a live version. And empty home. Sorry, so much silent. Okay. About so it is portfolio. Contact. Well, we can use manual. Yes. So this is our main structure. Now I can see actually how it look now without any CSS. Well, this is just, you can say, a logo and a list. And now we'll go for some markup. So for header, we put some header. So it will be 100%. That is the total screen out. and the background color will be, well, we can take the background color from PSD. Now you can see the selector here, color selector, and now just select this color so you can see, and the code is here without hash. So I have to give the hash before and just paste the code of the color code. And the height will be around 110 pixel. I'm just setting it here, 108 or 10, whichever. Okay. Now let's check code. Yes, this level, but there is spacing around the header because there are by default padding in the body, so we have to make it pixel. There is a margin also. That is perfect. And now we'll go for this one. That's been header center, the content area, the main content area. So that's right. Margin 0 auto to keep it center, and the oil will 1200 pixel. And for the logo, just it will give some margin off, so I have to give the plus to the anchor logo. And for the menu, I can give plus like menu. Now I do CSS for the logo. So for logo, need some margin top for the people around. And default left because it is in the website. And to clear the space for the right part, that means the menu. For menu, there will remain this style, that means it will be none because you can see some dotted. And to make it like menu, we have to make like out left so that all menu items stay in the same line. And also you can give some width for the menu like 120 pixel. And for the UL, okay, let me check now how it will go. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, there's some padding spaces that because you know the for UL by default there is some padding margin. Have to set it to 0 pixel. And also we have to make it float right because it is in the right part of the screen. Yeah. So this area is the logo and this is the menu, and menu will have some margin drop. So we just give some margin drop. So, and I think the logo it should probably be fine for his area. Okay. So the menu is now here, but we have this color because we can see the menu color is different. So we'll select this sorry, menu. Okay, let me check if you have any comment so far. Okay, no comment. So hope everything is going fine. So we will just take the color of the items, menu items. So I'm just going to the menu. This is the menu. Because I don't have the format, so we can just take the color here. It's the E8, E8, E8. You can copy here. And for menu, actually it will be in the dot menu element A, that means under A. And the color will be this one. And text decoration none because for anchor you know there is some text decoration by default, so we have to remove it also. And also we can give some font size like 14 pixel. Okay, so now it's better. I think the font size should be around 16. Okay, and also there will be font weight bold, if I'm not wrong. Yes, font weight bold. Okay. Now we'll give something like you can see this the hover. On hover there is the background, so you can take the background from here. Give the background color to the anchor link. Then I can hover background or background color will be this one. And also give some code so that it will cover the whole area for this inline block. This hover, you can see some hover, but there is no space around it because we didn't give any height for the our padding, so we can give some padding to the AI. So padding can be like 10 pixel. Yes. But this padding is much larger, okay, because I'm giving the full normal state only the hover. Okay, now it is perfect. You can see the hover this background, but there is another distinction because it is the rounded, so we have to make it rounded. So you can use the border radius. Border radius like 8 pixel. Yes, that is perfect. So our top part is created perfectly, and this is the link for the logo. That is the actually homepage link or the website link, and this is the menu icon. Now I will go for the second part, which is actually this one. There is two button. You can see this is the button, and this is the our team, and this button actually join now. Somehow they are actually missed. So for this one, we'll take another dip because this is the another part, the white part after the header part. So we can go for the markup again. So this header part is now closed, done. Now I'm just starting another dip, which can be like slider part. Slider part there will be like before there is a slider center, which is for the slider content area. And with the slider, there will be two buttons, our pick and join now, and there will be an image. So you can get two buttons like using echo plus join now. Actually, just join now. And the other one is sorry, one is our team, other is join now. So first one is our team. Was like our team. And finally, there will be an image. So this image, the images folder, this image, this image. So now we'll just make the lid styling for the slider. It's like this like slider. slider will be 100% like before, and the background will be white. So by default it's white. We don't need to give it here, and the height actually will be auto because there will be a little space for the sides. So we can make it some min height also. So we can just let's see on this is 600 pixel around min height 600 pixel. For the slider center, this is the slider on center. So it will be 1200 pixel like before. Margin 0 auto. Make it center. Okay. So you can see the PSD. So this is the whole slider area. That is 100%. The slider area, and this is in the center. This is the 1200 pixel, and it's actually the slider center. And within the slider center, there is three things. One is the our team button, join now button, and the image. Okay, let us check. How it's come. Yeah, you can see this button just without anything here. Now with some spacing using the CSS. So for join now, you have to give some angle because it will be angle here. So for our team, we'll do some CSS for our team. So the background color is this one. So I'm just copying this color and we'll set for the background. And can be at like 30 pixel button. Then it will be to the out that. Actually from the display info. Okay. And the text will be center, and the color will be like white, and the width will be 100 pixel. So this is our team, and we have to make the text decoration none because we use the anchor. So I will text decoration none. And it will be rounded also, so you can use the body radius. Around. So a lot of things, and also give the padding top because we need some space in the top part. Okay. So this button is not created now. The join now almost will be the same, so we can copy here, but there are some values will be different. So this is a join now. The distinction is the background color is black, and there is a border this color, and the font color will be the same. Yeah. So the background is the white actually, and there will be a border. Border is so solid, and this color that means this one. And font color also the same. So it is not created. Our team and join now button, but there should be the center, I think. So we have to make it the center for the slider center. So it's center. It's the center. That means we give the center part, also text and center. The content are center now. And for the image, I can give some margin. So I can give a class to the image, class PC. And for the PC, we'll give some margin top. Say like margin top. So you can see now it's now like the PSD also. Well, so you can see actually how quickly I have created some HTML stuff using this PSD HTML, and you can actually do all the things in the same process. So actually, it will not take much time if you are expert in the visual HTML. But yes, for the beginning, actually, it will take time because you have to know all the tools for slicing and how to have a CSS, because the CSS actually is tricky, though it seems it's very easy. But on the real world, actually, I don't more practice. You have to know, because all the option you have to be memorized, not actually memorized intentionally. Actually, it will be memorized automatically when you work more and more. Okay, if you have any comment regarding our session, today's session, you can actually comment here. I will check, and I will finish our session soon. So if you have any questions or any uh, need any clarification, just ask here. And finally, I just want to give you some CSS efficiency. For example, you can actually write this separately, each layer like that. Wrote here, and also you can see there is some redundant code. For example, our team enjoy now, and there's many things is common, so we can actually make a one class for them. For example, we can use like a class bpn and bpn. For bpn, we'll keep okay, I just closed. Okay, let me open here. Okay, for btn, we'll just give some common properties here, like display block, text and center, for btn, and just giving, and the width also, and border radius, everything. So just, and the difference is the background color and the font color. And for the giant now, also the same, except the background color and font color. And there is border also for the giant now. So you can see now background color is different, the color also different, and there is a border with the giant now. But the other properties are actually common, so we have kept those property in the BTN class. So you can actually use more than one class in the markup. So you can see, so BTN is a common, and this is the difference. So if you have any redundant code, that is the repeated code for any CSS or any elements, many repeated code, you can just uh, those combined is just in one class like that, and you actually the reduce the double code, and this is a good practice actually, reducing your CSS coding, and just we have make the distinction here. So it's actually same like before, but we have some reduce the code also. So hopefully you will follow this technique for CSS writing efficiently. Well, meanwhile, I just want to share about something CodersTrust. Uh, I know that you already know that the session of the CodersTrust, so you are curious about the whole section of CodersTrust, what they are doing. So let me check if you have any question also. Okay, no questions. That means you are understanding everything here. So it's my pleasure to know that you're understanding properly. Well, CodersTrust basically a Denmark-based company which is working in many countries. Started from Bangladesh, India, Kenya, Bhutan, Malaysia. Plus, also more countries are adding day by day. So the vision is actually very clear. Make IT skill developed. Also make the earning easy for those who are actually trying to explore their skill in the area, that means the global marketplaces like the Upwork, Freelancer. So you can see there are many codes out there here. Those codes are actually designed to match the latest demand in the marketplaces. And for when there are 120 hours or 4 months, and there is some soft skill like how to negotiate, how to beat actually in the marketplace, how to write a good proposal, how to deal with client. So everything you will actually get the guidance from the Code Trust. And CodersTrust not only care to develop your skill, also it actually uh, very concerned actually about your earning process because after getting this skill, it is important that you are using this skill to earn something from the marketplace. So CodersTrust also is take care of this issue also, and there is a good support from the CodersTrust expert team. If you have any problem when you're uh, doing your new project in the marketplace, so you can get the support from the CodersTrust expert team. And if you have any more question like the payment issues, the course duration, everything, you can just ask in the official website. You can chat here. Also, you can just call to the support, and also you can mail. And for CodersTrust process, that means how CodersTrust work. You can also try the 700 free trial to understand the process. I hope actually CodersTrust will be a good choice for you if you have the patience to explore your skill in the world of web development and also the Android development because there are some courses in this Android development also. So I hope you'll check this out carefully. Okay, so I'll just end the session for today, and I hope you will also give your feedback. How have you enjoyed, or what more actually you want to know from this session? Actually, our this session is regular session, so Sunday to Thursday. So I hope you will attend those regularly and learn something new each day. And I also try to make it more enjoyable and something bring something new that it might help you. Okay, take care for now. Good night. Bye.